Alright, next up on the review list is the Victorinox Soldier. This is the new Soldier, I guess you would call it. You can tell it's new because it's got some fancy rubber trim here on the edges, rubber inserts on the scales there, and it's a nice military looking color as compared to the old Soldier. Not really military looking, but kind of a nice classical style. In comparison to the old Soldier, you can see the new one's a lot bigger, and you can also see that it's got a thumb hole for opening. They kind of copied Spyderco as much as they could, but the hole's oval instead of round like Spyderco, so they managed not to get sued. And it's partially serrated, I'd say about 2/3, and it's serrated towards the tip instead of back here at the base. Some people say they don't like the steak knife serrations, but if you think about how a soldier is going to use it, he probably is going to use it for cutting meat. And you know, whether it's steak that he's eating or an enemy, as a last-ditch weapon here, that'll slice right through some you know, clothing and do some damage. It's also got a liner lock, but instead of pushing it in with a thumb as a righty, you'd push it out. So it's a little harder to close with one hand. What I do is I push this in, and then against my leg, I fold it part way, and then close it the rest of the way with my finger. Also, it's got the bottle opener wire stripper screwdriver, but that screwdriver is nice and beefy, and you can see it's also got a liner lock. I used to have the screwdriver on the old Soldier would fold up on me, you know. You're pushing on it, trying to drive a screw in, and then all of a sudden you just get the angle wrong and it closes up. This one doesn't fold up on you. So that's nice. That's a nice big beefy one too. You can pry with it a little bit if you need to. Locks at 90 degrees. And then, of course, the can opener, small screwdriver tip. And then, in addition to the old Soldier, this one's got a saw. And if you've ever had a Victorinox saw, you know this is no joke. It is really sharp, really works well, and they made this to run the whole length of the handle. When you fold it up, just the tip of it sticks out back here, so you have something to grab onto to open it. On the back, we have the regular Tinker tool set, the number 2 Phillips, and the awl. Looks like they gave up on the sewing eye. Not sewing as much leather in the army these days, I guess. Key ring. This is more like a lanyard ring. I don't think anyone carries keys on there. Maybe they attach it to their other key ring, but I kind of doubt it. But this is nice. This is kind of like, if you're one of those people like me, I used to carry a Spyderco around. This is a Delica. And, you know, I felt good because the blade is a nice, strong steel. It holds its edge real well. Could double as a weapon if you ever needed it. But it's a real nice, strong knife blade. It opens up with one hand. You can close it up with one hand if you need to. But then whenever I carry this, I'm like, damn it, I wish I had a screwdriver, or damn it, I wish I had, you know, whatever. So then finally, Victorinox came out with their Soldier with the one-handed opening blade. Opens almost as easily as a Spyderco. Locks, partially serrated. And then you don't lose the nice tools that you want on your Swiss Army knife. So, you know, it can double as a weapon if you need it to, but the rest of the time it's just a regular tool. So, I really like that. It's a little bit too big for pocket carry, though. You can see this is a Super Tinker 91mm knife. This is a lot bigger knife. So, if you're going to get this, either you have to be the kind of person where it doesn't bother you to have big, long, stiff things in your pocket. Not the good kind either. Or plan on getting a pouch. I'm not really a big fan of these new nylon pouches. I prefer the old leather Zermatt pouches. What happens with these, eventually the Velcro wears out, and then it's useless. You either have to replace the Velcro or have someone fix the Velcro. Otherwise that flap is flopping around. This thing, nice brass snap, lasts forever. And then the leather breaks in and it winds up being nice and soft after you've been wearing it for a few years. Yeah, that's it. Victorinox Soldier, new Soldier. And if you like this design, but you don't want to do without your nice toothpick and tweezers, then they make a model. I forget which model it is, but it has the regular red plastic handles with the toothpick and tweezers in the back. And I think you can also get it with the one-handed opening blade. This Adventurer doesn't have that though. So either have to choose between the nice military scheme with no toothpick and tweezers, or bright red with toothpick and tweezers. I think the one with toothpick and tweezers is actually cost less too. Doesn't have that tactical tax. Anyway, thanks for watching. Victorinox Soldier.